Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel of Chamali Devi Institute of Pharmacy Indore. Today here we will discuss about antitubercular agents.
First of all, we will discuss about tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a disease caused by bacteria which is called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The bacteria usually attack the lungs, but they can also damage other parts of the body. Not everyone infected with tuberculosis bacteria becomes sick. As a result, two tuberculosis related conditions exist. The first one is latent tuberculosis infection and tuberculosis disease. Now we will discuss about LTBI or latent tuberculosis infection. Latent tuberculosis infection is defined as a state of persistent immune response to stimulation by Mycobacterium tuberculosis antigens without evidence of clinically manifested active tuberculosis disease. Tuberculosis bacteria can live in the body without making you sick. In most people who breathe in tuberculosis bacteria and become infected, the body is able to fight the bacteria to stop them from growing. Many people who have latent tuberculosis infection never develop tuberculosis disease. In these people, the tuberculosis bacteria remain inactive for a lifetime without causing disease. Tuberculosis disease. Tuberculosis bacteria become active if immune system cannot stop them from growing. When tuberculosis bacteria are active, this is called tuberculosis disease. People with tuberculosis disease are sick. They may also be able to spread the bacteria to people they spend time with every day. Now we will discuss about the difference between latent tuberculosis infection and tuberculosis disease. So, a person with latent tuberculosis infection has no symptoms, while a person with tuberculosis disease has symptoms that may include pain in the chest, coughing, weakness, weight loss, no appetite, fever, etc. A person with latent tuberculosis infection does not feel sick, while a person with tuberculosis disease usually feels sick. A person with latent tuberculosis infection cannot spread tuberculosis bacteria to others, but a person with tuberculosis disease may spread tuberculosis bacteria to others. A person with latent tuberculosis infection usually has a skin test or blood test result indicating tuberculosis infection, but a person with tuberculosis disease usually has a skin test or blood test result indicating tuberculosis infection. Needs treatment for latent tuberculosis infection to prevent tuberculosis disease, but needs treatment to treat tuberculosis disease. Tuberculosis bacteria are spread through the air from one person to another. The tuberculosis bacteria are put into the air when a person with tuberculosis disease of the lungs or throat coughs. People nearby may breathe in this bacteria and become infected. Tuberculosis is not spread by shaking someone's hand or sharing food or drink. When a person breathes in tuberculosis bacteria, the bacteria can settle in the lungs and begin to grow. From there, they can move through the blood to other parts of the body such as the kidney, spine and brain. Tuberculosis disease in the lungs or throat can be infectious This means that the bacteria can be spread to other people. Tuberculosis in other parts of the body, such as the kidneys or spine, is usually not infectious. People with tuberculosis disease are most likely to spread it to people they spend time with every day. This includes family members, friends, or co-workers and schoolmates. Now we will discuss about Mycobacterium. Mycobacteria are designated as the transition forms existing between bacteria and fungi. The Greek prefix myco means fungus, alluding to the way mycobacteria have been observed to grow in a mold-like fashion on the surface of cultures. It has a positive gram stain and a spirochete spine. Mycobacterium refers to a genus of acid-fast organisms, and mycobacteria are aerobic and non-motile bacteria. Mycobacterium is a genus of actinobacteria given its own family, the Mycobacteriaceae. This genus includes pathogens known to cause serious disease in mammals, including tuberculosis and leprosy in humans. Common infections of tuberculosis are lungs, brain, bone, liver, and kidneys. The main symptoms are cough, tachycardia, sinuses, and respiratory failure. Depending upon the site of infection, the disease can be categorized as follows: the pulmonary tuberculosis, genitourinary tuberculosis, tuberculosis meningitis, and miliary tuberculosis. Now, next one is classification of antitubercular drugs. First of all, we will define antitubercular drugs. The drugs which are used in the treatment of tuberculosis, that is called antitubercular drugs. Antitubercular drug may be categorized into the two major categories. The first is first line drugs and the second category is second line drugs. The examples of first line drugs are isoniazid, streptomycin, rifampicin, ethambutol, and pyrazinamide. Now next category is second line drugs. So examples are ethionamide, para-amino salicylic acid, ofloxacin, ciprofloxacin, cycloserine, keramycin, viomycin, and capreomycin. Now come to the chemistry of antitubercular drug, that is isoniazid. Now you can see here the structure of isoniazid. Isoniazid, also known as isonicotinic acid hydrazide, is an antibiotic used for the treatment of tuberculosis. For active tuberculosis, it is often used together with rifampicin, pyrazinamide, and either streptomycin or ethambutol. It is usually taken by mouth but may be used by injection into muscle. Common side effects include increased blood level of liver enzymes and numbness in the hands and feet. Isoniazid was first made in 1952. It is on the World Health Organization's list of essential medicines. The WHO classifies isoniazid as critically important for human medicine. Isoniazid is available as a generic medication. Isoniazid is often used to treat latent and active tuberculosis infections. In person with isoniazid sensitive Mycobacterium tuberculosis infection, drug regimen based on isoniazid are usually effective when person adhere to the prescribed treatment. The physicochemical properties of isoniazid are: it is available as colorless or white crystalline powder. The molecular weight of isoniazid is 137.14 gram per mole and melting point of isoniazid is 171.4 degrees Celsius. It is slightly soluble in water, low solubility in ethanol and chloroform. The drug is practically insoluble in non-polar organic solvents such as benzene, toluene and ethyl ether. Isoniazid is stable at room temperature and may produce toxic byproducts of nitrogen oxides when heated to decomposition. Now we will discuss about the mechanism of action of isoniazid. Isoniazid is a prodrug and must be activated by bacterial catalase. Activation is associated with reduction of the Mycobacterial ferric Cadgy catalase, peroxidase by hydrazine and reaction with oxygen to form an oxiferous enzyme complex. Once activated, isoniazid inhibits the synthesis of mycoloic acids. It is an essential component of the bacterial cell wall. At therapeutic levels, isoniazid is bactericidal against actively growing intracellular and extracellular Mycobacterium tuberculosis organisms. Isoniazid may be bacteriostatic or bactericidal in action depending on the concentration of the drug attained at the site of infection and the susceptibility of the infecting organisms. The drug is active against susceptible bacteria only during bacterial cell division. The uses of isoniazides are: isoniazid is used with other medications to treat active tuberculosis infections. It is also used to prevent active tuberculosis infections in people who may be infected with the bacteria. Isoniazid is an antibiotic and works by stopping the growth of bacteria. The last one is storage of isoniazid is it should be stored in airtight containers and protected from light.